What's up guys, Justin Nelson. I create all the content on the Happyfox Productions YouTube channel, and today we're going to be talking about some of the music behind The Last Hotspot. So the music was composed by the talented, ooh, hey kitty. Say hi. Anyways, the music was composed by the talented Jacob Andrew Cadmus. You can find all of his info in the description. He did the original score for the movie and all the extra music you hear in the movie. He did a wonderful job, and today he's going to be talking to you guys about what went into his process behind making the movie. I don't really know any details, like what software he uses, his samples, anything like that. The reason I chose him as a composer over some of my other friends that I know that are composers are because just his kind of style of music I felt would really suit this project. And when you're choosing a composer, you obviously have to, you can't just choose any person you want. You have to choose who you feel would fit the project. That's kind of like the difference between a mainstream director choosing between Hans Zimmer, like James Newton Howard. You know, they both have different styles. And I felt Jacob's style fit exactly what I was trying to go for. He does that really cool post-apocalyptic feel. And he also managed to do the comedic feel very well. So without further ado, I'm just going to cut to the video and you guys can watch his workflow. And hopefully you guys learned something from it.
Hello, this is Jake. I'm the music composer for The Last Hotspot, and today I'm going to break down some of these cues for you just to give you an idea of my workflow. Now to talk about the score a bit, the big challenge for me was to, not take this so literally because the film itself is a comedy at its core, but it's shot and cut like a serious dramatic film, and so the music had to treat it as such.
If you live through this, make sure you follow me on Twitter.
And it was quite fun. This was my first collaboration with Justin, and hopefully the first of many more to come. This is the opening cue, which ironically is the very last thing that I wrote for the film. And the best way I can describe it is typical exposition. It sets up the world, it sets up the theme through a cello performance. It's not a real cello, it's a, MIDI cello. Now, just to break it down a bit, the first part is, it opens up really slow prior to the narration by the main character, Anderson. And as he's narrating, the theme plays and it builds up in a very dramatic way, leading up to the title card. So let me go ahead and play that back for you. And I'm actually going to play the full mix down here just to save resources on my computer. All right, so here we go. All right, so this next cue is the pivotal moment of the film, and therefore the very first one that I did. And I knew that if I were to get this one right, then I would get the whole score right, because the turning point. Like, I usually find that the turning point of a film is the most difficult part to score. Plus, it was the foundation of what would end up being the main theme. This is where I created it, and plus the latter half of the scene is just, very beautiful moment, and, I couldn't wait to score it, so I did it first. Anyway, so to break this down, the first section, it's sort of, significance of despair. Anderson is at his lowest point in the film. This is also where you hear the theme played by the piano for the first time. So it goes like this. Okay, and I'm going to talk about the piano, the theme, just a little more here. And this is just for, a little trivia for those, music people out there. I actually did 2 variations of this theme. This one is where it starts, the chord progression starts at an A minor, and let me solo it. And then I switched it up into a C major for another part of the film, just to change moods, but it's still the very same melody. Anyway, this next section here, this is epic dramatic string build up, and this is where Anderson is about to shoot himself. So here it goes. And believe it or not, I spent so many hours trying to get the right string sounds because, especially for, highly emotional content like this, sampled strings are they just don't cut it. Anywho, let's see. So the next part after that, this is when Anderson discovers that there is a Wi-Fi signal, appropriately timed. And so it goes off into these to a solo string or string quartet, just to give that feeling of isolation. And it's sort of his he's sort of processing it, and he's thinking, oh, wait a minute, there's hope. Okay, so the next section, this is the beginning of the montage, and this was tricky. I had to do this a couple of times in order to get the timing right to Justin's standards. And so it starts off with this piano ostinato. I like to write these like repeating patterned bass things quite a bit. So let's see. And that actually just repeats, like it just loops throughout, even through the chord progression, but you can't really tell when the strings come in. But anyway, it's supposed to sound like this in the full mix. You can barely hear it. It's just, sitting quietly under, and this is where it needs to be. And then following that is the big epic string section, and this is like the reprise, the most developed version of the main theme. Let me go ahead and play the entire cue for you. Okay, so that's it for now, and I hope to do more of these in the future. So enjoy the film and take care. Back to you, Justin.
Thank you very much for that, Jacob. Again, if you guys want to contact him, his website and all of his contact info is in the description. He's a very talented person, and he was very fun to work with, very easy to work with, very communicative. So that's exactly the kind of attributes that at least I would look for in a composer, and you definitely fit all of them. He was very fun to work with, and you can get off my lap, kitty. Again, his work is amazing. If you guys want to check out his previous work, all that's on his SoundCloud and on his website. And my 2 cents on the score is that, again, it is very difficult to score a very dramatic post-apocalyptic film and also trying to keep it funny and not quirky and kind of corny. And a lot of the comedic points in the movie were supposed to be undertone. Like, they're not supposed to be in-your-face funny. They're just supposed to say things or do things that are like, why, you know? And I feel like the music really helped that. It really accentuated some of the funny points in the film. And again, that's all thanks to Jacob. In terms of how we came up with the score, I sent him a lot of temp sounds. I sent him the Book of Eli soundtrack. If you guys ever heard of Tom Clancy's The Division video game, you could check that out. The music in there is awesome. So I just found a bunch of different sounds and music that I really liked and sent it to him, and then he kind of put his own 2 cents in it and came up with the score. The score was just great right off the bat, so I really appreciate that. And that's about it. So thank you so much, Jacob, for sending that video. I hope you guys learned something from it. And up next, we will have some more video on the color grading of The Last Hotspot. So stick around for that, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.
Post a picture of my Starbucks. I got an extra hot soy with half squirt of vanilla and a half squirt of extra sugar-free cinnamon. And the fact no one knows, it's just killing me.
I have a woman crush Wednesday and a selfie Sunday I have to post. And you don't